Ramadan, blessed light, shining through the night. Hearts awake, spirits rise, over Fort McMurray skies. Hand in hand we stand, from every land, sharing hope, sharing peace, let the love increase. Fast-A-Thon, together as one, from setting sun till day is done. Side by side in unity, building bonds in harmony. Oh, Fast-A-Thon, hearts align, different paths, one mankind at Markaz-ul-Islam we see, one strong community. Ramadan, 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 Ramadan. Open doors, open hearts, every ending is a start. Strangers now become friends, where understanding never ends. Peace within, peace around, in every smile it's found. Markaz-ul-Islam tonight, guided by the light.
Fast-A-Thon, side by side, with respect as our guide. Ramadan, shining bright, Fort McMurray, united tonight.
I would like to call on Ayub and Gabriel to start us off with the Quran presentation.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان. فمن شهد منكم الشهر فليصم، ومن كان مريضا أو على سفر فعدة من أيام أخر. يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر، ولتكملوا العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم ولعلكم تشكرون. وإذا سألك عبادي عني فإني قريب أجيب دعوة الداع إذا دعان، فليستجيبوا لي وليؤمنوا بي لعلهم يرشدون.
I'd like to call upon Nassim Abdul. If you don't know, he started this Fast-A-Thon back in 2017. So I'd just like to let him share a few words with you all.
Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you all. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge that we're on Treaty 8 territory, which is the traditional territory of the Cree and Dene, an unceded territory of the Métis and ancient gathering grounds of many indigenous people. So as Brian mentioned, this all started in 2017, but the question is why? For those that don't know, which I'm sure most of you do know, a very tragic incident happened in 2017, January 29th, which the anniversary was just a few weeks ago. And that's a Quebec mosque shooting, which 6 innocent Canadian Muslims were shot down while they're performing their evening prayers in Quebec City Mosque. And that's the most tragic terrorist crime committed on Canadian soil in a place of worship. And when I seen that, I was shocked, because that can happen to any of us. That can happen to me, to any of us sitting here right now, when somebody has so much hate fueled in their heart. But when you see something like that, you can go in one or two directions. One is be very upset, which definitely every human being would be extremely angry or upset. Or what can I do to make a change? It went from the best day, went from the absolute worst day for the Muslim community. The next day you see a picture over here, that's a unity circle. Actually, John Tupper, I wanted to recognize him. He didn't manage to make it here. He's very sick and his daughter is very sick. We wish him both a speedy recovery. But this is what Fort Mac's all about. You look at the picture over here, this is hundreds of Fort McMurrayites coming together the day after the Quebec City Mosque shootings, showing the Muslim community you're safe and we're here to support you. And that was truly amazing. And for me, as a community member, I said, you know what? Maybe there's other people out there that have this hate. And I want to share two interesting stories over here. They're not Fort McMurray residents, but the stories are actually truly amazing. And this is the reason why I continue to do this and other outreach events every year. To your left, you have Jerome. He's a Netherlands politician. If you hear what he had to say about Muslims and the Muslim citizens living in the Netherlands and how much he hated them, and he was very extreme, views and hate towards Muslims and Islam, and really he wanted no Muslims in the Netherlands at all, and he had very horrible things to say. I don't want to repeat it. And he said, you know what, I want to accomplish my lifelong dream of writing a book of how horrible Muslims are and how horrible Islam is, so that everybody else can have the same view as me. It was a lifelong dream of his. So he left the politics and he generally started to research about Islam. And he started to notice when he started to research about Islam that everything he thought about Muslims and Islam was false. That these were all misconceptions, these were all lies, that he was just hearing from other people or watching the media or getting brainwashed. And after months of research, he's like, you know what, Islam is such a beautiful religion, promotes justice, humanity, mercy, helping one another, community, tolerance, all these things that I thought I hated about the religion and the people, it's got nothing to do with it. And he became a Muslim. Not only he became a Muslim, he's very active in stopping hate and promoting the true image of what Muslims and Islam are, and he's very creative. If you go YouTube him, you're going to be shocked about the amazing work he's doing. He's like, I used to be those hateful people, and I want to change the minds of others. The guy on your right, this is even more scary, what he wanted to do. This is a U.S. ex-Marine, Richard McKinney, and he served in the U.S. military for many years. When he retired, he came back to his hometown, and he noticed a lot of Muslim immigrants coming to the town. And when he seen that, it angered him so much, because he said, I looked as humans, as Muslims, that they were subhuman. And his goal, he noticed that they congregated for the Friday prayers, and there were many Muslims. He said, I want to plant a bomb in the mosque and kill as many Muslims as possible. Before I do that, I'm going to go on a scouting mission and see where I want to put this bomb in this mosque. He enters the mosque. When he gets in the mosque, the Muslims there, they greet him nicely, just as all of you got greeted when you came in here. And he was shocked. He's like, what? These people are kind? Whatever. And they gave him information about Islam. And he's like, you know what? Let me reinforce my hate and start reading about Islam. And he'd go and he's like, oh, same thing like Jerome. Religion is so beautiful. It promotes the ideal values of what a good human being should be in society, tolerance and all these things. And he was going back and forth in the mosque. And he started to love the Muslim community. And after 2-3 months, I'm not saying no Muslim will ever force any other person to be a Muslim, but the story is amazing. He converted to Islam. The mosque that he wanted to bomb, 2 years later, he became the president of that mosque. Could you imagine? And for the last 16 years, just as Jerome, he's an anti-hate activist, promoting, unity and these type of things in order to erase hate from the planet, because he's seen what horrible person he was in the past and how education changed him. So I'd like to end. Hate is something nobody is born with. Nelson Mandela said, hate is something taught. And same thing, as somebody is taught hate, it can be taught how to love, how to be tolerant, and all these things. So this is the main intent of Fast-A-Thon, and we really appreciate all of you guys coming here. We hope that you find high value in this event. This is the reason, this is the 9th anniversary of this event, and for those that come every year, you see it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. The first year we had maybe 10 or 15 guests. So once again, thank you so much. And before I end, I want to say thank thank you so much to my wife Sohaila. Like, you look at all the food. Every year we talk about Fast-A-Thon. It takes a month to prepare this stuff by finding volunteers in the community, and thank you so much for putting it together, because that's really I think everybody loves that part of the event.
Welcome everyone, welcome, and once again we're so happy to see you all here. So just getting right into it immediately. I know those of you who are fasting are waiting to break your fast, so get right into this right away. What is Ramadan? I mean, often the term Ramadan, we hear it, and you know what it is to an extent. It's a month where we fast. But more specifically, this is the 9th lunar month in the Islamic calendar. We follow a lunar calendar. So every time we cite the moon to start the month, and we cite the moon to end the month. This year starts with February 18th, and there were over 8,000 Muslims fasting in the region. And worldwide, 1.9 billion Muslims fast as well. So you find in every country, and forget about the countries, here at home in Canada, every single city, you will find multiple mosques, musallas, this is places of prayer where people celebrate and they fast together and they break their fast together, and they'll offer the extra prayers together as well. So just to kind of get to a point where we can better understand, and I love to always ask anyone who wants to study more about Islam, not to look at the media or take things for granted, because all too often we tend to see our narratives put out, and they're sometimes very far from reality. So what we see is that people talk about Islam from a very different perspective. They'll say it's like this or like that. It's always important to reach out, meet with those who are Muslim, and ask about the faith from them directly.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Murad. Now I'd like to have our mayor, Sandy Bowman, share a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. First, I want to start by acknowledging and also introducing some people here tonight. And I'd like you to stand up, actually, if you would, so people can see you. Council does a lot of things and don't really get recognized a lot. Usually it's my face you get to see all the time. Whether you're blaming me or you're celebrating it, it's usually me. We have Councillor Don Scott, former mayor. Councillor Jen Vardy. Councillor Ty Brandt. Chief Superintendent Mark Hancock with the RCMP. And something a lot of people don't know, all the RMWB employees that are here tonight. We have so many employees here that we're so proud of the RMWB, and we're so proud they're part of the mosque here. So give yourselves a round of applause, everyone. I'd like to wish everyone tonight of Muslim faith, Ramadan Mubarak. I know it's a special time for you, and this gathering is every year, and it leads into, this is a special gathering for me as well, and it's important for everyone in this community. I want to thank the leadership here at the Markaz-ul-Islam, as well as the Fort McMurray Islamic Center, for inviting me and the entire community to be part of this. Moments like this are things that are important to this community. With things going on in the world right now, this shows the strength and unity that's in Fort McMurray. Here, we're a region that we stand together. We strive to welcome all people, and that's all people to learn, and being a community where everyone belongs, no matter what their race, religion, or beliefs are. We're a community that stands together. And it's clear we can see that spirit alive after you've heard the other presenters and leadership speak. That spirit is very alive in this room tonight. Now, as you all know and you've heard, some of the leadership stole most of my speech, so I'll forgive them. Thank you. Ramadan is a time for fasting, prayer, and reflection. It also invites us to think about each other, as well as sacrifice and have personal spiritual growth. Being here tonight helps guide us as friends, neighbors, brothers, sisters, and community members. And today I look across the room and think about what's happening across the world, and we couldn't be in a better place right now than Fort McMurray, Alberta. This is a place, like I said earlier, we stand together with each other and we stand united. And before I read the proclamation, I want to also mention something. As Nassim mentioned, of two individuals that went into mosques and they were welcomed. Now, I have a little different story. The mosque came to me. Nassim came to me years ago. I don't even know how many years ago now, Nassim. And he told me some issues that we're having with some hate in the community to my gym. And I asked, what can I do? And from there, we moved on from that. We worked together. And then when I did come to the mosque, I was very much invited and I've made some lifelong friends in this community. Most of the leadership here, I consider my brothers. When I need advice, I call them. When they need their snow cleared, they call me. I wish that was a joke. Nassim knows what I'm talking about. And his dad. But in all seriousness, this community and this place here is a place that everyone is welcome and everyone's made feel welcome every time they walk in the door. So I want to thank the leadership and thank everyone here for what you've done for this community.
Shining through the night,
Hearts awake, spirits rise.
over Fort McMurray skies. Hand in hand we stand from every land, sharing hope, sharing peace, let the love increase.
Fast-A-Thon, together as one, from setting sun till day is done.
Side by side in unity, building bonds in harmony.
Fast-A-Thon,
Hearts aligned,
and aligned,
different paths, one mankind,
at Markaz-ul-Islam we see
one strong community.
Wesley. It is, yes. It's been good. I feel hungry all the time. Yeah.
What does the hunger, what does it remind you of? Do you relate to the people who are unfortunate who don't have food to eat?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I grew up poor, so we didn't have a lot to eat growing up, and it reminds me of that for sure. Yeah.
I just want to say thank you. It has been a magnificent event that shared with different people, food, different culture, and hopefully next year I will be able to come back. Thank you.
Great. I always come here every year because it's a good thing to be here, celebrating the diversity and religious and the cultures.
Fort McMurray.